Hi, it's Deb from Deb's Days. It's Tutorial Tuesday, and today we're making a storage pouch for a face mask. It's small enough to use on a keychain, on your kids' backpacks, or even on a lanyard. Before I get started, I publish new content frequently, so be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. And check out the blog at debsdays.com. You'll find an entire section dedicated to free sewing and crafting projects and links to even more sewing and crafting tutorials. Alright, let's get this project started. Along with your regular sewing supplies, for this project you will need a piece of fabric measuring 4 inches by 16 inches. I'm using 100% cotton. A piece of interfacing measuring 4 inches by 16 inches. A 2-inch long piece of Velcro, 3/4 inch wide, a 3-inch long piece of ribbon, a ring, a glue stick, and some clips to hold things in place would be helpful as well. I have these measurements in the supply list at debsdays.com. I've added a link in the description that goes along with this video. Let's first get the interfacing onto the fabric. I want the interfacing to be just a little bit smaller than the fabric, so I'm going to trim off one side, and then I'll trim off over here as well. Now when I place the interfacing on the wrong side of the fabric, I have a little space around the outside edges. Be sure to follow the directions on your interfacing packaging. I have my interfacing ironed on, and we're ready for the next step. So place your fabric with the right side facing up, the wrong side facing down, and we're going to fold it in half. I'm going to give it a quick press. It's easier to sew that way. Now grab your ribbon and fold it in half. Place the raw edge of the ribbon against the raw edge of the fabric. Make sure the loop faces towards the inside of the fabric. And pin it or clip it in place. While we're at it, we'll go ahead and clip the rest all the way around. Now I'm going to take a 1/4 inch seam allowance and I'm going to sew all along these 3 edges. But I need to leave a space for turning. Now I'm going to clip those corners and turn it right side out. You'll want to have something to get those corners really poking out. I just use the end of my scissors. All right, I'm giving it another press, and I'm going to press that opening under. So fold that under your 1/4 inch on both the top and bottom, and get yourself a nice sharp press there. Now I'm going to do a top stitch all the way around this, and I'm going to make sure I catch that opening and close it. I'm going to now fold the top edge down 1 inch, and I'm going to press it. Now let's take the bottom part of the fabric and fold it up to that pressed line, and then press it. Now let's get that Velcro on. Find the midpoint of the top part of your fabric, on the inside of course, we don't want the Velcro on the outside. I just fold it in half to find mine, and I'm going to do the same with the Velcro. I'm going to fold it in half to find the midpoint. I'm going to mark it with a pencil. And then I'm going to use my glue stick to temporarily hold that in place. I'm going to center those midpoint markings, and I'm going to go ahead and stitch all the way around that piece of Velcro. All right, we have that piece finished. Now let's do the same on the other piece. Again, find the midpoint of both the fabric and the Velcro and mark it, and use that glue stick to hold it in place. Both Velcro pieces are all finished. Now I need to stitch that bottom part of the fabric permanently up against that crease. So we'll go down one side, and we'll go down the other side. Again, make sure you back tack to hold it in place. All that's left now is to add our ring and, of course, our mask. You may find by folding your mask over and then folding it again while tucking the elastic makes it fit the best. And just like that, you have a nice compact way to store your mask. If you'd like to see more projects like this one, head on over to the blog at debsdays.com. You'll find an entire section dedicated to free sewing and crafting projects and links to even more sewing and crafting tutorials. See you next time with another project.